Hi, I'm Angie, and you're watching Dante's Vaccination.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, I tell you guys all the time, the difference from me and a lot of ignorant decafs, the dumb casual ass fans on the internet, the difference from me is a lot of stuff you guys hear me say, professional boxers and trainers often corroborate, right? That's the difference from me and a lot of these ignorant fans, these ignorant boxing fans, so-called boxing fans, I should say, right? For example, when it comes to the decafs, a lot of stuff that you hear them say or you see them post online, it doesn't resonate with the professional boxers and trainers, if you guys notice, right? Like all Floyd is a runner. He's scary, he's a cherry picker, and he's overrated, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You don't hear too many professional boxers or trainers say this kind of stuff about Floyd Mayweather. It's often the contrary, right? Unless one of these people, like a promoter or someone like that, has some type of personal agenda, right? But outside of that, you don't hear it too often. If you talk to trainer Robert Garcia and you try to talk to him like a decaf, you start saying, hey, Robert Garcia, what about that damn Floyd who's a runner and a chicken and a coward? Robert Garcia would look at you like you don't know shit about boxing. He probably wouldn't even carry a conversation with you, right? Because when I interviewed Robert Garcia after the Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight, I was saying, Manny Pacquiao, he accused Floyd Mayweather of running, but didn't Manny Pacquiao do a lot of moving in the Brandon Rios fight? He was like, yeah, that's all he did was move. And then he said, but Floyd didn't run in the Manny Pacquiao fight, right? And then he said, he dominated the fight and pretty much said Manny Pacquiao's excuses were ridiculous. So the question is, why is there such a stark contrast between a lot of internet fans and professional boxers and trainers? And the answer is simple. It's because a lot of these fans on the internet are not talking boxing. They're not basing this off of any type of intelligence or sweet science. It's all emotion. It's all either I hate you or I love you. I don't care about what you do. I either hate you or I love you, right? Golovkin, I don't care who Golovkin fights. I love him, right? Floyd Mayweather, I don't care what he does. I hate him. This is, the thinking of a decaf, an emotionally attached fan. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into what trainer Angel Garcia, Danny Garcia's father and trainer, what he had to say about Gennady Golovkin. An interview that was conducted by the Boxing Voice. I'll go ahead and quote what he said, and I'll give you guys my thoughts as always. Quote, I don't know where they get this Triple G. Nobody knows him. Only people at HBO. No American people know him. They try to make him seem like he's a killer. He's good, but he ain't fought nobody. Danny Garcia fought all the killers, and they put cherries on his page. Golovkin, really got cherries. They're trying to build a star when there's no star there. He's still not fighting the killers. Cotto should tell him to fight some guys Cotto fought first. Come fight those guys and come fight me when you're ready. End quote. Now, for those of you guys who just watched the previous videos that I did about Golovkin, one of the radio show that I just did the other day, me and Boxing Ego and Arab King, we talked about Golovkin and other topics in the sport of boxing. Before that, I did a video once again talking about Golovkin versus Ward, Ward versus Kovalev, etc., etc. What you'll find out is what trainer Angel Garcia just said was a corroboration of everything you guys heard me say before Angel Garcia did this interview. Now, what's so funny is when I say these type of things, I get all type of racist messages sent towards me and all kind of crazy stuff. It's all racial and you blacks are all the same, ridiculous stuff. I mean, it's a small percentage of the ignorance, but it's there, right? So what I want to say to the ignorant racist people who send these type of messages, what do you think about Angel Garcia saying this? Are you going to tell me Angel Garcia is saying this because he's black? Because he's not black. You guys don't understand. This is not a race issue when it comes to criticizing Gennady Golovkin. It becomes a race issue when the fans make it a race issue. Okay? Gennady Garcia, or Angel Garcia, I should say, is not the only trainer or boxer that has said this. I'm around professional boxers and trainers all the time, and I hear them corroborate what Angel Garcia has said. Now, don't get me wrong. There's also a lot of trainers that will tell you that Golovkin is a great fighter and he's what the sport needs and so on and so forth. But what I'm telling you is, off camera, a lot of those guys will say he ain't fought nobody, right? From Angel Garcia to Roy Jones to all type of people, all type of fighters and commentators and, boxing personalities, right? This is not about picking on Gennady Golovkin. This is the reality of the situation. Listen to what Angel Garcia just said. They're trying to make this man a star when there is no star there. Now understand this. Gennady Golovkin has the potential to be the biggest star in boxing. But what you guys fail to understand is this is not American Idol. You can't reach that status by votes, right? You can't just say, oh, Golovkin gets the popular vote, so he's already projected to be the biggest star. No, Golovkin has to go out there and he has to prove it, right? So this is, the reason why Angel Garcia is saying they're trying to make him a star and there is no star there. He's saying that because Golovkin, once again, he has not fought anyone on that level that would propel him into superstar status, right? If Golovkin was a big superstar, then that means he could get in the ring with David Lemieux and he could easily do 1 million pay-per-views. It doesn't even matter who he's fighting. He should at least do 800,000 to 1 million pay-per-views, right? Because, of course, we've seen Floyd Mayweather do it. We've seen Floyd Mayweather carry his opponents in terms of promoting the fight because fighters like Victor Ortiz or Robert the Ghost Guerrero, they didn't have a name, right? Floyd Mayweather was in there fighting against a guy that was relatively unknown, and he still generated big numbers. What you guys have to understand is Floyd Mayweather does such big numbers that 800,000 pay-per-views is considered a failure for Floyd Mayweather, right? But who are we comparing the numbers to? We're only comparing the numbers to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd is being compared to himself because it wasn't that long ago that 800,000 pay-per-view buys was a big damn deal. Because I can tell you right now, if Golovkin did, matter of fact, I'm going to be generous, if Golovkin did 700,000 pay-per-view buys, that would be impressive. That would be very impressive, I truly believe. I think a lot of us, including Oscar De La Hoya, who promotes David Lemieux, I believe, he's even projecting numbers at the bottom 300s or the bottom 400s, right? He's saying if we get anywhere from, I guess, 3 to 5, that would be a success. That would be a success, but it wouldn't be a superstar success. Okay? Once again, Golovkin has the potential to be this superstar, this super pound for pound king. He has that potential, but you have to put in the work. Now, if he were to get lucky enough to get the winner of Cotto versus Canelo, because we know he doesn't want that Andre Ward work. But if he were to get, the winner of Cotto versus Canelo, then that is a very good step towards the right direction. But there's no guarantee he's going to get the winner of those two fighters. Let's say he doesn't get the winner of Canelo versus Cotto. Then who does he fight? Right? Who does he fight? In order for you to be considered a pound for pound king, you have to beat a pound for pound fighter. We already know that Floyd Mayweather is 2 divisions below Golovkin, right? Andre Ward is 1 division above Golovkin. And we already know the story of Golovkin already saying he's willing to fight Chavez at 168, which, by the way, I keep hearing some of these fans say, hey, well, Ward is too big. Ward is too big for Golovkin. What do you guys think Chavez was? Chavez, do you know if Chavez was fighting at cruiserweight, he probably still wouldn't make weight? Chavez rehydrates probably to 190. And no one had any objections when it came to Golovkin fighting against Chavez. But all of a sudden, the smaller Andre Ward is too big for Golovkin. It doesn't make sense. So once again, the question is, if Golovkin doesn't get the winner of Canelo versus Cotto, if he doesn't get Floyd Mayweather, Golovkin fans, who do you want him to face? Who do you want him to face? Now, I know there's one name out there that I think would be a terrific fight, and that's Toriano Johnson. Now, if he were to fight him, I think that would be a great fight. Okay? Who can he fight that will help him propel his career to the next level if he doesn't get Cotto Canelo winner? I mean, there's only so many Adamas and Rubios, Monroes, and Lemieux that you can fight before even some of the most biased #1 Golovkin supporters have to even step back and say, all right, man, come on now, Golovkin. You're making us look bad. I done had your back since day one, but come on, man. You're going on 34. You're going on 35. You're going on 36. We need to see something to get these critics off of our back, Golovkin. This is what the diehard fans are going to eventually start saying. Right? Let me take you guys back down memory lane, but I want to give you just a little bit of a different scenario. Let's say Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Everyone wants to see the fight, right? Now, fans are saying that Floyd Mayweather is scared. For some reason, Floyd Mayweather is scared of Manny Pacquiao. Even though Floyd Mayweather offered Manny Pacquiao more money, offered him a 50-50 split in the first negotiations, which was 5 years ago when Manny Pacquiao was considered 1 or 1A pound for pound the best fighter in the world. Even though Floyd was willing to fight him then, for some ridiculous reason, these fans now say after Pacquiao has lost that now Floyd has all of a sudden became afraid of him. Let's just go with that theory for the sake of this scenario. So for years, Manny Pacquiao fans, they want to see Floyd Mayweather fight Manny Pacquiao. The world wants to see the fight, right? All of a sudden, Floyd Mayweather is basically saying, I'm not going to fight him right now, and there's other people out there to fight, and so on and so forth, right? All of a sudden, after people have been talking about this fight for years and years and years, a new fighter comes along. Keith Thurman comes along, right? Keith Thurman comes along, and now all of a sudden, Mayweather fans start to divert their attention towards Keith Thurman, and now they're basically saying the biggest fight that can be made right now is Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. Forget about the Floyd Mayweather fight. I'd rather see Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. And then you got all these other people. Oh yeah, that's the fight I want to see, right? And just let's just imagine. Then even HBO jumps in or Showtime jumps in. And they say, yeah, forget about Mayweather Pacquiao. I want to see Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. This is the way some of these fans are trying to defend Golovkin. All of a sudden, hey guys, let's not talk about Golovkin Ward. Let's talk about Golovkin. Let's talk about Ward versus Kovalev. That's a much better fight, right, guys? Whatever happened to the idea of Andre Ward fighting them both, like Andre Ward wants to do? As a boxing fan, you guys should all agree with me. As a boxing fan, I want to see Ward fight both. I want to see Ward fight Golovkin and Kovalev. That's what I want to see, right? Don't you guys want to see that? Don't you want people like me and trainers like Angel Garcia to stop saying that Golovkin is nothing but a cherry picker? Just like Angel Garcia said, Golovkin hasn't fought the Lucas Matisses, but he has an opportunity to do it. He has an opportunity to fight someone much better than what Lucas Matisse was at the time Danny fought him. No, Golovkin has the opportunity to move way ahead of everyone else in line. He has an opportunity to jump to the number 2 spot on the pound for pound list. Are you boxing fans going to honestly sit here and tell me that if Golovkin beat Andre Ward in his next fight or his next fight after that, are you honestly going to tell me you're not going to consider Golovkin top 3 pound for pound the best fighter in the world? See, because if Golovkin beat him, you would be praising the hell out of how good Ward was then, because Ward was just a victim of your favorite fighter. See, when he's a victim of your favorite fighter, then you're like, oh yeah, man, Andre Ward was pound for pound top 2, and look what Golovkin did to him. That's how you talk then. They did the same thing with Manny Pacquiao against Tim Bradley, right? Now, when Tim Bradley beat Manny Pacquiao, oh, he was weak. He feather-fisted, and he didn't even deserve to be in the ring with Pacquiao, and he's such garbage, right? All of a sudden, when Manny Pacquiao fights him in a rematch and Manny wins the fight, now everyone is saying, oh, but Manny Pacquiao beat pound for pound, number 2, number 3, Tim Bradley. He beat that guy, and we all know that guy was a monster, right? We know what time it is. For the fans that don't want to see Golovkin step up in competition, they don't want him to challenge himself and fight against one of the best fighters in the world, pound for pound. If you don't want to see him fight the best, then you shouldn't complain about the criticism. I see people posting comments saying, hey guys, be patient. Golovkin, this and all that kind of stuff. He's going to step up eventually. These are the type of fans that actually defend Golovkin. Even they are admitting that Golovkin hasn't stepped up yet, right? Even they're admitting it. Even they believe that he hasn't stepped up yet. But when you say be patient, how patient should boxing fans be when Golovkin is damn near in his mid-30s, right? I mean, we don't know when Golovkin is going to start aging in the ring. For all we know, he could get old at age 36. So I don't understand how an extreme Golovkin supporter can actually celebrate the fact that Golovkin may not fight pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? I'm not happy to hear that someone like a Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence or a Sergey Kovalev, a Lomachenko, I'm not happy if I find out they're never going to step up in competition. Why would that make me happy? Like, yeah, man, that's a victory for us. He doesn't have to fight pound for pound this punk-ass Ward. Why would that make you happy? I remember when Gary Russell was undefeated, knocking out all these opponents. And the same fans that are defending Golovkin right now, those were the fans that were calling Gary Russell the TBA champion, and all he does is fight bums. When is he going to step up in competition? Now, keep in mind, at this time, Gary Russell was only like 23 years old, right? And these fans that defend Golovkin, they were crucifying Gary Russell Jr. He fights bums, he's this and he's that. But when it comes to Golovkin, he's 10 years older than what Gary Russell was. And to this day, his biggest step up is against David Lemieux. A fight that I can't wait to watch, by the way. I love the fight. It's an exciting fight. And it's an opportunity for Golovkin to pick up another belt. But the problem is, the belt holder is someone that got knocked out by Rubio that Golovkin knocked out in like the first or the second round. All I'm saying, guys, is once again, there are bigger and better challenges out there for Golovkin to prove that he is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. So when Gary Russell wasn't fighting all the monsters and the killers, he was garbage. He was this big cherry picker that fought nothing but bums. But when it comes to Golovkin, he has fans that are basically praying that he continues to fight fighters that are not on his level. How does that make sense, guys? You have fighters like Terrence Crawford, Sergey Kovalev, Vasyl Lomachenko, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman. These are the type of fighters that are actually going out hunting down the best competition. And when it comes to some of you fans saying Ward is too big, et cetera, et cetera. First of all, we already know that makes no sense because, like I said before, Ward was willing to fight the much bigger Chavez with no catch weight. But let's take this conversation even further. These are the same fans that call Floyd Mayweather a coward. But have you guys ever sat back and thought about the fact that Floyd Mayweather has faced many opponents that were 15 to 20 pounds bigger than him? Right? 10 to 15 years younger than him. On top of all of that, some of them were undefeated, unified champions. And almost all of them were prime champions. How do you explain the fact that someone is too big for Golovkin? Are you guys trying to tell me that Floyd Mayweather has bigger balls than Golovkin? I mean, is that what you guys are telling me? You have to be careful with the excuses that you make. Because when you swing wild-ass punches, you leave yourself open for big-ass counters. I'm on to the next one.